Samsung QN90B for 2022, top of the range 4K QLED model from Samsung. Check out the description below. I'll put all sorts of timestamps in there, most importantly being the dimensions and so on, and other interesting events. Top of the box, instruction book and remote pack, quick setup guide and parts of the pedestal stand. Quick setup guide, pedestal neck, instruction book and remote pack, poly out. That is the heavy metal pedestal base. That's the TV itself from the front, still with the screen protector on. From the side and from the back there. Instruction book and remote pack. Treble A batteries, figure 8 mains lead, CI card slot reader, standard remote, smart remote. Onto the standard remote, it's got power on and off, source button, channel numbers, teletext not in the UK, pre-channel to the previous channel, volume up and down, channels up and down, mute button, channel list, quick access Netflix, Prime, Samsung TV Plus and Disney Plus, home button to take you to the home menu, cursor arrows left, right, up, down and enter, return to take you back step by step, exit takes you all the way out, settings, that's a shortcut to the settings, info button for the info bar, audio description and subtitles, play, stop, pause, fast forward and rewind, also the coloured buttons there for certain apps and media playback. Flip it over, pushes down there and away, and treble A batteries into there. Onto the smart remote for 2022. Got power on and off at the top. That is settings, channel numbers and the coloured buttons, voice command button, multi-view, left, right, up, down and enter, back button, home button take you to the home menu, play and pause, press play and pause, you got fast forward and rewind using the cursors, volume rocks up and down and in for mute, channels rock up and down and in for guide, quick access Netflix, Samsung TV Plus, Prime Video and Disney Plus. Flip it over, premium one there, and we've got that solar cell on the back to top up the charge or keep it charged if however it runs all the way out. Pull this tab out here, you can see we've got a USB Type-C slot there to charge it all the way up. Onto the pedestal next. This part connects between the TV and the base. So we can see we've got the 4 through holes there to connect to the back of the TV, and these parts here to locate into that pedestal base. More through holes there to connect to the base as well. This is the base. It's a nice heavy piece of powder coated mild steel. You can see we've got the threaded holes there for the neck to attach to, and those slots for the bit to locate into. Turning it over, you can see we've got the 4 rubber pads there so it sticks, doesn't slide and doesn't mark your table as well. Just found those as well, so they must have popped out from somewhere. They are the M4 screws that we'll use to attach the base and the stand and to the TV. Neck to the base like that, then the 4 through holes, drop the screws in like that. I'll quickly just wind those in. So that's the assembled base ready to connect to the television. TV is now laid on a large flat surface. I'm going to zoom in. First thing, I'm going to fit that pedestal base. Slots there for the pedestal to locate into. 2 tabs there. Threaded holes, 4 of them. Put that onto there, drop it down. Just quickly wind those in. drill. We've got our mains input there. We've also got these grooves down the back, so I can plug my mains input in into that groove first to guide the cable, then into one of the appropriate width slots, and that can retain the cable there so it's not seen from the front, keeps it tidy looking. And for the other side, if I've got a HDMI for example, pop it into the port, find the correct groove for that one, tuck it into the groove and down the back of the net there. So it just keeps them nice and tidy from the front, and if you look at it from the back, it's going to look pretty tidy as well. Looking at the inputs running down the side of the TV, USB 5V half amp, USB 5V 1 amp indicated for hard drive use, digital optical audio out, HDMI 4, HDMI 3 is enhanced audio return channel, HDMI 2 and HDMI 1, so that's 4 HDMIs in total, wired internet or LAN input, twin sat for watch and record, and terrestrial aerial input. Peel that sticker off there on the back to insert your CI card slot reader. Onto the dimensions. Going to start with the width of the pedestal base first. So 46.5 centimeters or 18.25 inch. The depth from the back to the front, just under 22.5 centimeters or just over 8.75 inches. Whatever it stood on to the bottom of the TV, about 68 millimeters if I'm being precise, just under 2.75 inches. Width across the top, this is the 50-inch model. It is just over 111 centimeters, maybe 111.5 centimeters, or 43.75 inches. From the bottom to the top of the TV, 71 centimeters, just under 28 inches. Okay, looking at it from the back, from the bottom of the TV to the center of that first VESA mount hole is about 232 millimeters, and it is 200mm by 200mm, M8 bolts, 11 to 13 millimeters. Now connected wired internet aerial and main, so it has got a screen protector on this model. I will say peely and get rid of it. Two simple options to set up the TV. Smartphone will transfer your Wi-Fi and Samsung account details, or remote control step by step. If I press some buttons, my smart remote should pair, I hope. So remote control step by step. UK, pop your pin in, or choose a pin. Connected devices, so I've just got that wired internet aerial and mains. If you've got HDMI devices, PVRs, PlayStations, whatever, plug them in and turn them on. It will identify them, so just terrestrial and digital for this. Wired network. Agree to all. Okay. So install the latest software. I'll say now and come back when that's complete. Quick summary there of our digital channels and wired network. Obviously I've got to pick my region because I didn't put my postcode in earlier, which is Yorkshire for me. That's where my aerial's facing. You can select your voice command service there. Bixby actually works very well at home. I'd possibly use Google Assistant. For customers, because I do them a general or a generic Samsung account, I put them on Bixby and it works pretty well for them. I'm going to say later. And there, link your Prime via your mobile phone or PC. Okay, quick summary of the home screen. You can also quick add a few apps there. Here you can enable the intelligent mode. It will optimize the sound and the picture according to the content you're watching to get the best possible sound and picture. It doesn't do a bad job, to be fair, definitely on the sound. For now though, for the sake of the demo, I'm going to leave it on standard picture and sound modes. Okay, quick summary of the home screen there in the background. I'm going to go straight to the settings first though.
The Queen and her...
And a message there about brightness optimization is on, so that will adjust the backlight according to the ambient lights in the room. So usually I do leave that on at home, but I'm going to turn it off for the demo as well. So down to menu, settings, all settings.
The Queen's views are kept private, political neutrality carefully adhered to. Her words written by her Prime Ministers.
I pray that the blessing of Almighty God may rest upon your councils.
Her first was
Down
Winston
to general.
Churchill. He was protective of this new young sovereign.
System manager.
Had so much to learn.
Oh, sorry, power and energy saving settings.
After
Just turn
Churchill.
that down in the background. So brightness optimization, like I say, I leave that on at home so it dims it automatically. I'm just taking it off for the demo. Brightness reduction, I would leave off. Motion lighting off as well. Screensaver, you can leave that on. Auto power saving, so depending on what Wi-Fi activity and so on going on, it can turn the TV off automatically if it detects no activity. Also inactivity standby there, so no activity from the remote control. It will turn it off after 4 hours. Okay, so I'm just going to turn it up on normal TV and listen to the speakers, hear what they're like.
In the years that I came to know her as Prime Minister, Prime Ministers had private meetings with the Queen each week. She invariably looks forward.
Tony Blair certainly appreciated the Queen's advice after his landslide victory for Labour.
Even though I was the politician, she was the monarch, I found her not just useful, but sometimes deeply insightful.
It's very good to welcome you here. And when you have to explain what you're trying to achieve, it's a very good form of therapy. And imagine doing that to the world's greatest public servant, who's seen it all and heard it all. There's really no better way of getting your head straight about what you're trying to do.
14 Prime Ministers, 14 very different politicians with their own visions, worries and agendas. For 7 decades, the Queen has worked with all of them, a monarch at the heart of a democratic constitution, advising, encouraging and warning, providing continuity as each new political tide swept in.
Yeah.
Vicky Young, BBC News.
And that's it. Now on BBC One, it's time for the news where you are. Have a good night.
Yeah, pretty good all-round clear sound there, good depth of sound as well. Gonna have a quick look at the retail demo. Down to all settings, general and privacy, system manager, onto retail mode and pop the pin in that we selected.
Which is usually the case actually in the week, but particularly as a lot of the stories are late developing, particularly the developments on Boris Johnson, of course. But we'll start with the Metro.
pretty cool. Japanese theme demo there, different.
The PM's own ethics
back to home mode.
Lord Guide has put in his foreword a quite scathing analysis of the things that have been going on at the moment and last year in number 10. And he said that there's a legitimate questions whether the PM broke the ministerial code. And I think that this echoes probably a lot of people's sentiments on Boris Johnson's side at the moment, with so many people
Okay, so well, we've got
submitting
Partygate in the background.
letters of no
Try a different demo.
criticising
Try a bit of
the Prime
football.
Minister. I think
Quick point on the settings as well. I'm going to go straight to them. Multiview's not for me. Might be for some people if you like doing two things at once on the TV, so you can have two windows there. You could be scrolling Facebook or some garbage on your phone while watching TV at the same time. I'm actually going to turn that off because I know as soon as I cast my YouTube to it, it's going to come up with the news in the background and YouTube on the right hand side. So I think it's General and Privacy, System Manager, no, Smart Screen Options. It's got Auto Run the Smart Hub, Auto Run the Last App, they're fine. Auto Run Multiview Mirroring off and Auto Run Multiview Casting off. Don't like them myself, but each to their own. Okay.
We come the two teams, Manchester United against Inter in the International Champions Cup. Manchester United face Inter Milan to Pogba. Sure, they're encouraging him to shoot and he will have a goal. Pogba does get it back. Rashford, Pogba, what's he going to do? I don't know how he got that far, to be honest. Oh, here come United, Shaw. Brilliant ball into there, nearly finds Rashford, just a little touch, took it behind him and it finished level on points with third place Atalanta in Serie A last season. Inter. Brozovic, swept deep and was missed by the Haya. And it goes towards Gallagher. Saka was back there, I think, to head that away. Pogba back towards his own goal, and now Pogba's up as well. He leaves it, brilliant done in Lingard at the line. Brilliant skill from Pogba. Where's he going? Wonderful. Why not? Good save from Handanovic. He's right. Shaw. Did well, but Cardi was exiled from the team. Wan-Bissaka checked down right onto the penalty area.
I'm just throwing this in now, I expect.
Young towards that corner, Handanovic forced into a save. Another marvellous moment for the teenager, who's making a name for himself. Manchester United lead the game with 15 minutes to go. What a wonderful finish.
So much talk coming out of Old Trafford about the quality of this young man. Not just from his youth coaches.
That's it. Manchester United get the win. And this man has done it again. Mason Greenwood with the winning goal at the National Stadium in Singapore.
Back to live TV.
In the spirit of the Jubilee, and I guess everybody being in a good mood towards the royal family, and obviously the Queen, rightly so. Sometimes.
Back to the home menu. We can see we've got the new menu there for 2022 on the Samsung Smart Hub. So up the left we've got the media, which is featured there. Ambient mode. So ambient mode gives you screensavers where you can have weather and data information displayed, or you can make your own collages with your own photos. You've got a search bar at the top to search for things. Also, you've got your menu to go to your settings, connected devices and multi-view. It'll tell you your account and notification status there. onto the menu. Oh, he says back. So starting from the left, we've got apps there, an app, Samsung TV Plus, Live TV, Netflix, Prime, BBC iPlayer, ITV, Disney Plus, Apple TV. You've also got Apple screen mirroring and Android screen mirroring or casting to the TV, so you can mirror your mobile phone. Rakuten, Now TV, YouTube, All 4, Alexa, Samsung Health, Internet Browser, basic internet browsing, My5, Plex, and you can edit that list. You can also add more apps from that app store. Also, I think Xbox Play or Xbox Live, you'll be able to connect your Xbox controller to the TV and stream games directly to your TV without an Xbox. There it tells you what you had recently, which in my case was Live TV, what's on now, new and trending beneath there, free movies, so some free movies and stuff you can stream there. Samsung TV Plus, bit of highlights there, popular on iPlayer, CBeebies, Prime, movies on Prime, new and exciting Disney Plus, and more below. So all in all, I think it's a pretty good TV. It's very, very good. It's got to be top of the crop for the sort of QLED or LCD. I know LG do their Nano. I'm always disappointed with the Nano ones from LG. You see a lot of aggressive sort of backlighting coming through. Didn't see hardly any backlight on this. Not much sort of haloing. Didn't see much backlight shining through. Good all-round sound, good and clear, full range, bit of bass there and an impact as well. I mean, personally, I usually go for a sound system or sound bar on top. I should think this will be one of the most sort of popular QLED 4Ks, although at the moment it's going to be expensive and prices will drop and promos through the year towards Black Friday and so on. So all in all, good bit of kit. And that's all for now. Good.